7 p.m. I call this meeting of the General Government and Public Safety Committee to order. Sure attendance has been taken. If you stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What comments from citizens? Closing that part of the agenda. Public Safety, Police Department Activity Report. Have the information in your packet.
I believe the chief will try and come here later if there are questions after the acknowledge the awards are handed out.
Hearing no questions, any other for Police Department? You have a representative for the award tonight?
No, love it.
And then chief and Landon are there as well, I believe.
Mayor and Lyman.
Mine?
The mayor and Landon Magley. He's an alderman.
I get that, but
Sorry. Yeah, no, he wanted to go.
Fire Department Activity Report. Information's in your packet. Yeah, that's understandable.
A couple of natural gas and CO alarms and stuff besides.
When people fired up their furnaces, you know, and start all this.
Any problems with burning?
The trouble is they don't read the back of the instructions on the back where it says when it beeps every so often means your battery's dead. And when it's constantly going off means there's something wrong.
Mine is hooked up to like I don't know, it's hooked up somehow to where like even if it goes low battery, it'll beep. It just continuously beep until I
But
put
it's
it
not
in
a
the
solid stream of noise, is it?
It's continual, like it doesn't stop, ever. Until you replace it or turn off the
They're only
breaker
good for like
box.
so many years.
You're supposed to change the battery so at daylight savings time.
But a lot of them plug them in too, they're plugged into the wall.
Yeah, mine are,
But still the battery inside is a backup battery that needs to be.
yep, and so like I know.
We've been to a call before and it was a bad battery and we told them they have another battery and they went and got us another battery and it was bad too. That's gotta be a good one. It don't matter, it's just a thing.
Any other for Fire Department?
No, we did the Halloween thing and we might next year try though on to do when was Halloween next year, you might remember? It was on
Sunday.
Friday this year.
It's
It's on
Sunday.
Saturday, it's gonna be on Monday next year.
Now it'll be on Sunday.
No, I think
No, it's a
we're-
Monday, he's right, because it's a leap year. Yeah, it went from Saturday to Monday.
So we thought we might
Oh, it was
try
on Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
to do the town thing, you know, like the town, the kids come around at 2 o'clock or so, and do that instead, we might try that instead.
Trunk or
We got a
treat.
lot of people from, not Centralia, Saturday night. A lot of Halls, Middle Sturgeon people.
I would guess.
I thought, holy cow, man. But anyway, it's one of the things.
Yeah, so you handed your candy out on
Actually, Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
So you can put a sign on the door that says, sorry, you should have been here this afternoon.
No, I mean, I'm not a trick-or-treater fan, but I'll do it. But we might try it next year just to, you know, kind of get off at 2 or so when the rest of town does it. Because they said lots of kids were coming by the station, you know, and we're not there, so. We might try it next year. That's what it's for anyway, to me, with kids anyhow, so.
Yeah.
Maybe
There
I'll
was
try it.
there was a lot of,
Emergency Management. Protective inspection update on 110 to 114 East Row Road.
Yes, our good friend, Clifford De La Rosa the last letter which I sent you in the packet, and I'll put this in your boxes. I just want to give him a chance to see it first. So I sent a letter in September, and I said I gave him a couple weeks to come in and renew this permit. Boone County Protective Inspection had said that they would be willing to allow him to reopen his permit, which he had applied for in December of 2003, after the first court case said, yeah, you need to get a building permit. No, 2004. It closed in November of 2005, having never requested any inspections. Since then, there has been no attempt to reopen or buy a new permit. So, during the court hearing, that first court hearing, it was noted that Centralia's law did not specifically state how long a building permit was viable, or when it would expire. And that was noted in the trial, and so it was, when the trial ended, he was basically given the information that he had an evergreen permit. Well, I was talking about this with Dan Marshall, who's since retired, moved to Florida, but the code at the time, and this is in that letter I sent you, the code at the time said that a permit would expire if not active, if they didn't continually make progress and get inspections every 6 months. That was not brought up during trial. So in the last letter I sent him in September, I said, look, we'll let you reopen it, but if you don't, we're going to assert now the law that says if you don't act on it every 6 months, it will be closed. And I gave him the date to get a permit. I did not hear anything back from him, but I didn't send it registered. So I sent I sent another letter out, giving until the 18th of November to reopen the permit. If he does not reopen the permit, it's my feeling, and I think it's something the city can assert, and we can ask Merit this if you want, but that it's still a dangerous building. There's been no, I mean, you guys have seen it. There's been no no viable progress. I mean, he's built a couple of columns 15 feet in the air. But as I asked him when we were there, is the intent for these columns to support the roof? And he said yes. Well, he's still 15 feet from where the roof is. So he intends to make it a 2-story building again. So he's nowhere close to having a roof support system. And he is of an opinion that he shares with no one else that I know of, that he doesn't have to get that inspected. Boone County thinks he needs to get that inspected. I think he needs to get that inspected. So he has to operate with an active building permit to move forward with this anyway. So if he doesn't do that, it would be my advice to go ahead and proceed with a dangerous building inspection. And if you guys want to spend the money again and get we might. At that point, we can discuss how much money we want to put into the demolition, but you might as well go ahead and hire an engineer to check both sides. The roof is failing on the east side as well. There's windows out. Boone County also suggested that we have the fire marshal close them because it's not safe. It's a fire hazard. So I don't know if we want to proceed. I don't think we've ever done that, have we? Close the building as a fire hazard?
State fire marshal?
I think we can get a state fire marshal in here to do that.
Because I don't think we really have a fire
No,
marshal.
we can get Bill Fryer.
None. With it, I mean, the do they do that in municipalities that have a, I mean, technically, I guess we don't,
I'm sure Columbia, you know, they probably have for, because they do regular inspections to the building. That's from Columbia Fire guy.
well, wouldn't we be responsible for having that inspected since we have building inspection?
I mean, we don't, I mean,
That'd be Donnie though.
yeah, I mean, all he does is like fire protection inspection,
Right.
really. I mean, it's,
Who appointed, how did he get, I mean, I think he does a great job, but was he appointed by this board to do that?
I think so.
Okay. Well, I don't know whether it'd be Donnie Rogers or if we would be better off to get the state to come in. I don't think the county wants to. I don't know if Boone County, I don't think Columbia would either because it's outside their jurisdiction. If I was Columbia, I wouldn't. I wouldn't get myself in that position where I was defending myself in the courtroom saying that somebody they had to fix the building up. But that's another option.
Well, I can call and talk to Bill and ask him what he
Okay.
thinks, and we'll see what he says.
But the important thing is we need to see,
So if theoretically we get it designated a dangerous or hazardous building, what's that do for us? Or what's that do for
if
us?
we designated a dangerous building, he would have 6 months to repair it or tear it down. And this is where the thing has been, continued to be, or we could say, you know, your 6 months is up, I guess we could try that. That's what started this whole thing, was that he was supposed to be working on that permit. You know, I come to think of it, that might, since that was, the original premise was you keep moving on this, I guess we could sort of go back to court and say, hey, can we tear it down now? He hasn't moved on this. But,
I really don't want to have to tear it down.
well, I don't want to either, but he doesn't seem to be making much progress.
I understand. But we tore down one building that cost a bunch of money and we got nothing for it.
Well, we arrest people all the time and get nothing for it too. This is a matter of making build the downtown safe and keep the building from falling on somebody. One of the people, the person who's most likely to fall on is Clifford De La Rosa.
Exactly. That doesn't bother me as much. I mean,
You're doing
he's the one that's trying to make the building supposedly safe.
I understand, but then you would have a corpse in a pile of rubble. And and it would be an unclear ownership probably at that point. So,
Oh, no, it
It'd be really unsafe to have
ain't.
it.
Oh, no, it ain't.
does he have kids?
Huh?
Does he have kids?
But he has family.
Nobody got lean against it.
Your lien might be enough to buy the thing, but
I'll take it for that much.
yeah.
I might take
But it wouldn't immediately go to you. The process to get it to there would be,
We could hold it up for a long time.
well. So anyway, so that's where we're at with that. We're continuing to make progress with well, we're continuing to
Like lack of progress.
pursue the steps towards getting that building repaired or demolished.
Okay.
I suspect that eventually the choice will be demolish it or just be comfortable with what it looks like now.
All right.
Or wait for it, wait for it to fall in on itself.
I think it's gonna do the latter, it's gonna fall in
I
on
mean,
it.
the snow load last year took quite a bit of it, didn't it?
No, that was year before.
Year before?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't have as much snow last
All
year.
right.
I expect we're supposed to get a fair amount of snow this year, it might take care of
That
the
part
problem.
takes more of it down.
I don't know if there's enough roof there for
Is he living in there?
Yeah, it's more like a laugh house at this point.
No, is he living in there?
That's what he claims. I haven't found him any worse than here.
We'll see.
Maybe some,
Good seeing you.
probably at CIS.
Small fire, I can still hear it.
Another small fire in the ditch. Last time I went, the police put it out with their fire extinguisher. Y'all made them public safety people, I guess.
Somebody Besides burning the leaves and didn't take care of it?
Yeah.
Well, that's was my question I started asking, was we have any problem with leaves burning in ditches? Let the minutes show that Rush left to attend to a fire.
Just a second.
All right, moving on, general government and finance, economic development, credit. There is board minutes in your packet from the 28th. Feasibility study update.
We have Corey Mahaffey, or Growth Services Group LLC on Moberly under contract. They are working with a guy in, or Growth Services, one of their staff is in St. Joseph, and he's getting a variety of different types of market data, including STARS report. It has to do with how many hotel stays there were in the area, get an idea of what the traffic is, traffic counts, that sort of thing. And from that data, oh, hello, here you go, that was fast. And from that data, we will be able to, they'll come up with a feasibility report. One of the things that I'm doing is gathering a list of people to interview to determine how many rooms, how many stays per night the city could generate, in addition to the data that shows traffic patterns and that sort of thing. So it'll be important to get, and he'll talk with the Hubble people in here. Says the interviews really are a critical point, part of this process. Then somewhere, probably January meeting, probably January meeting of this group, he'd probably come in and give a report. I don't think it'll be done by December. And then with a feasibility report study in hand, if it says that we are a viable market, that is a piece of data that we would share so that potential investors would have a firm piece of data to say that this is a viable investment. And then the next part is finding, I know the Cobblestone Group is still interested if the feasibility study proves that this is a viable market. And then I haven't heard from any other hotel chains yet, but heard from construction groups and other people. So there's, I don't know. I think it's definitely steps in the right direction. And of course, until they do a ribbon cutting, you know, it's all speculation.
All right, moving on to park board. We've got notes in your packet. Park report is in here as well.
Annual sort of list of repairs and things completed.
One of the repairs on there probably should be the light on the flagpole out at the rec center.
Refinancing pool renovation status.
The central bank won the best bid, and we're working on the process to get that into a final contract. Due to the nature of the way that the proposal was made by central bank, it is something that the city cannot directly accept the loan, because it's essentially structured like a traditional loan. The city cannot enter, because of Missouri state law, not enter into an agreement on a basic, direct loan. So, Gilmore and Bell and Piper Jaffrey looked into a couple different possibilities with Central Bank of Boone County, and the best alternatives, and it's completely viable, legal, everything's cool, but what the suggestion is to make the loan to the Centralia Industrial Development Authority, and the Industrial Development Authority would then, with a city would lease the rec center to the Industrial Development Authority. The Industrial Development Authority would take the loan, fix up the building, and lease it, and at the same time lease it back to the city for use. And once the then the bonds would be retired, the lease would terminate, the city would have the repair, the rec center clear, and the repairs and renovations made at the pool. So we have to get the Industrial Development Authority together, and I have talked to them, and they can get together on Monday at 6 next week. So they would approve the documents and the agreements, and then they would show up on our agenda an hour later. We would have the loan done. Everything could proceed forward. They could fix the. In fact, they've already started, I think, some demolition on the. They're going to start demolishing the kiddie pool. They're going to put in a zero entry so the kiddie pool will go away. And by getting rid of the kiddie pool, and then I think that they've told you all this before, reduce the staff number. And they would, one of the first things they would start work on is the spray ground. So the Industrial Development Authority Board will meet next Monday, approve the documents, and then those documents will also show up on our agenda that night. You will probably see them Friday in your packet.
Cemetery report. Doesn't have any information, so I assume no report. Same way with the tree board.
That's correct.
Okay, library board, their meeting minutes from the 13th, as well as an agenda for this upcoming meeting.
They're looking at coming forward with either a library bond or a city bond. And I talked at some length with Becky Wilson about this, but they have some decisions to make. I let her know that if they wanted a city bond and they wanted to get on the ballot by April, that we pretty much had to have it at the next meeting. I think that the date to turn things in is the day after our January board meeting, but they'd be cutting it off close.
Okay.
So they're having a meeting tomorrow night, and I think you're going to go.
Yeah, I'm planning on going to that meeting tomorrow.
October 2015 financial statements.
Still doing well on sales tax and still doing pretty much on track with electric and gas utility taxes, which is the most last year. And doing well compared to expenditures and revenues on electric. Trash, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, I don't think I did, but the trash rate at this Columbia landfill went up to $44 a ton.
Okay.
Yeah, from 38 2 years ago, 41 last year, now it's up to 44.
We were expecting that though, weren't we?
Yeah, we knew about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, when I talked to the higher up in the organization, the less they're willing to say that. But I don't know if they're planning to go up again. I think they're going to be at this level for a little bit, but that is a 17% increase over 2 years, from 38 to 44.
Well, I think we did all that.
I mean, they had it posted at the landfill, so Jimmy, when he went through the landfill, he'd seen it.
But I think we talked about last year that there was the probability that we're going to raise it again this year.
We talked about it, but I had different reports as to whether they're going to do it. I'm not terribly surprised because they, like I said, Cynthia Mitchell said that they were likely to do it. John Glasscock said he didn't. I think he just basically didn't want anyone to say that outside of the organization until the council was
Right.
yeah. So yeah, I guess. point is that we're now at $44 a ton. We could probably find cheaper options if we wanted to. If we wanted to look at that. One of the things that Columbia offers us that we can't pretty much get anywhere else, although I don't know how heavily used a service it is, because we take our trash to the Columbia landfill, we are allowed to take our household hazardous waste to their collection. We don't really police it that closely. But if we went with another firm, theoretically, we wouldn't be allowed to do that. Like I said, I don't know if they turn people away. And, you know, I've talked to Mexico because I think we can get a better deal at Danes, or log transfer in Scotts Corner, or east of Mexico. I think Mexico would be willing to take our household hazardous waste for a fee.
How much farther is that than the Columbia landfill?
I talked to Phil about this. It's farther, but not. It's
Probably
It's
pretty
not that
close.
much further.
It's probably, they're probably much different.
Um,
yeah,
when you consider,
it's about 10 minutes round trip.
the traffic, it's probably, the biggest problem in Mexico is going through Mexico.
Right.
Once, on either side of it, you're not gonna have much traffic.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Occasionally you get somebody cutting along out there, but not that much.
Yeah. And actually, one of the things Phil said is he thought they could dump. The trip might be slightly longer, but he thinks the dump will be actually faster in Mexico. We also could probably get a deal in Macon, but that's a significantly longer trip. It's like 45-minute round trip, or 45 minutes each way.
Yeah.
I would say the dump would probably be faster at Danes.
Now, Danes trash, although Danes is in Audrain County, which is in the solid waste district, their trash is taken to Bowling Green, so they don't. Our trash should no longer contribute to the tipping fee allotment of funds for the solid waste management district, which is not. It used to be most of the way they determine how much money the solid waste district gets, but now it's a mixture of population.
Yeah.
So anyway, I would think that when we're looking at, in a month or two, when we look at the changes that we talked about before on rates, that we might want to look at that, especially considering the cost of trash stuff.
If we were to do that, would we still be able to take the recyclables to Columbia?
I don't, that covers itself. And those rates did not go up.
Okay.
So table of conversation for now.
Yeah, no, that's the extent of the conversation.
Bills over $1,250. Any questions? Hearing none. Other general government retreat items.
I sent you a list on that. I got the mayor, Andrea, would Saturday, December 12th work for you guys?
I should be able to do that.
Assuming the time is, I was thinking late morning to lunch so you can get early stuff done, and then
Kind of plan on changing the air in my tires that day. Maybe I can do that.
There's a couple community parades, but I don't think either one of them will mess with that.
I think you're right.
I've got to go to.
I think you're right.
So,
Yeah.
do it.
I've got to go to.
The daytime one's early, right?
Those are, but
1:30.
in the evening, so.
What time is that the Red Wagon Parade on that day?
I'm not even sure it's that day, but it's earlier.
It's,
It's
no,
the
no,
fifth.
yeah, the fifth is the, what we call the Christmas parade, and then the tractor parade
Is the 18th.
is
That's on a Friday night.
Friday the 18th. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we should be foreman as soon as tired,
I'll come get you.
Yeah,
I was gonna choose here, you know, they get stale if you don't choose.
Sure, you could use the nitrogen, of course, because that's,
Yes. Works better.
you should try and later get that guy.
how about you? You're good. And that leaves mango.
Yeah, I think I can do it.
Okay. All right, excellent. And if there are any other items, please let me know, things that you think we need to discuss. Put that agenda out. That's all right. That would be open to the public.
In just the order on the packet, there's also a report from the city administrator.
Yeah, I'd been doing those for a couple months, and then I realized I hadn't sent last month's, and then I realized I hadn't sent the months before, so that's the last.
Couple.
Yeah, some of the stuff I've done the last 3 months. Figure if the chief and Denny and everybody else can do it.
I thought you were awfully busy with this past.
Yeah, those are 3 months. Yeah, that was just that first week.
Yeah, exactly.
You notice how much we noticed that was missing.
Yeah, well, and I began to say, well, they really didn't say anything, so it does take a little bit of time. Maybe I should. But sometimes it helps you realize.
No, I like seeing that. Any other?
Reminder that Jim, Don, Mayor, myself are going to the Bhutan Municipal Dinners on Thursday night.
That's in Columbia, right?
Chief, we'd already passed through
Yes.
police activity and everything. Do you have?
Y'all got the packet, unless there's something in there that just jumped out at you. Appreciate you asking, but.
Yeah, does anyone have any comments or questions?
Appreciate, and someone couldn't make it, but I appreciate Mayor and Landon coming out to school board there a while ago. Really good presentation for that.
I got some pictures on my cell phone, if you want to see them afterwards. So, beautiful little girl that,
Yeah.
you know, she was up walking around today because the actions of some of our folks here in the community, and just a pleasure to see something like that happen.
Especially with all the things you see on the news today.
Right.
Oh, no.
Lenny, ask Mayor Rice.
Did you get all the surveys back?
We had, yeah, I have not, we had 180 handwritten surveys, and then there's about a dozen online, so I'll have those. I'd hope to have that done by now, but, so it should be done, it will be done by by December meeting, probably not. Might have some basic data by next week, and get that done this week, so. But we got a good turnout, I mean, we had 180 surveys is 1 out of every 10 households responded. So I think that's pretty good. We asked some of the same questions as last year, so we kind of have an anchor to compare year to year.
Yeah.
Any other, ask Mayor Rice?
Oh, I did submit the preliminary grant for the dual hopper recycling.
Oh, okay.
So that's,
Any update on the mooring project?
yes, we have a date. We will start work on November 30th 2015. And that's the first date that everyone can be together, flagged and everything like that. So, have your snow blower ready by November 30th.
What was our deadline for permitting process? I mean, as far as permits expired?
The Kansas City Southern permit theoretically expires December 10th.
But if we get started before that, won't it carry over?
We hope so. We hope they're not that.
Okay.
How long do they anticipate it lasting?
I think you know, they were supposed to get it done within 30 days of signing the contract. I think they can get it done within 2 weeks, so that'll be pushing to get it done by the 11th. If the weather is good, it shouldn't be a problem. They would have 2 full weeks. They said, with the 10th, it was 2 full weeks, minus a day.
They're gonna be able to walk the ground approach?
I think they
It
should
should
be.
be 10 feet deep.
Yeah, they should be able to.
They're gonna be 10 feet deep. If the ground freezes 10 feet down, we've got big problems. Like, it's by November 30th.
Yeah.
And we
Where
don't
do you think
anticipate
that
hitting rock. Keep a good thought.
If it freezes 10 feet deep at any time during
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah, good. At least we know the global warming is not as much of a issue.
I had coffee with the mayor on Saturday. I hosted half a dozen people or so showed up. Representative Caleb Rowden showed up. We talked for a little while. I forwarded him the information I got from the library regarding the municipalities that currently have libraries that are locked in a 1965 boundary. And so I forwarded him that information, and hopefully we'll be able to get something done with that. Also had a comment from a citizen that the downtown business district signs on Highway 22 are pointing people down the alleyway instead of Allen Street. So,
Like, so get it through the alley.
well, yeah, technically you can, but it would be more conducive if they were, directed down Allen Street. And I guess one of the intersections on Lakeview and Allen, or Lakeview and Jefferson, I don't remember which, but it's pretty rough when you turn it onto those, through that intersection, so.
If you which one?
I think Allen, but it might have been Jefferson, I don't remember. Left my notes in the car.
Oh, 600 block of Green Street, they did that sewer tap.
Yeah.
How long do they have to fix the street back? That gravel's settling in there.
Oh, they haven't, okay.
They have not put concrete back in there.
All right. That's all I have, sir.
Thank you for reminding me. I
Yeah.
haven't been on that before.
I have one public service announcement. This Saturday at 1 o'clock, Centralia High School football will be playing Blair Oaks.
That is it from the.
So come out and see her. If you prevail, and I believe you will, you can. And be to semifinals, quarterfinals. This Saturday at 1 p.m.
Here?
Here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is
Is it 1 p.m. or 1:30?
Thank you for asking. I made sure that I knew what I was talking about. I asked the athletic directors.
We're that close to playing Fulton.
Yeah, only,
Blair Oaks.
Yeah.
so we'll hopefully send Blair Oaks back to Jeff City talking to themselves, and
That would be a good thing.
we'll be able.
Excellent.
Also Thursday at 3:30, they'll be taking the flags down for the Avenue flag. For Veterans Day.
It's really supposed to storm really bad Wednesday. Now, I know I'm nervous now about those kind of things, but I called around today, told the worst, there's 2 buildings, better get some vehicles backed away, or it'll be having hail and dents streets safe. And calling around, but things make me nervous. There's a possibility we have lots of storms Wednesday and storms of substance. So, and that's just about the time trying to do that veterans thing out at CBMS, 1:30. So,
And to all the veterans in the audience and the council and everything, I appreciate your service. Thank you for defending our country and our way of life.
Probably talked about this earlier, but Chance Hubble folks ratified their agreement. They're for sure working for the next 4 years. And that love Saturday, they're for sure working the next 4 years, so. I don't know if everybody's happy, but I'm happy. They're working.
Yeah.
Buying police cars, things of that nature, so I'm happy.
Well,
Good, thank you.
at this point, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion, you have a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.